the world outside. Touch me, satisfy me, want nobody next to mine. Ooh, sometimes. All right, well, I guess we are live. So I'm just trying out some options here to see what this actually looks like, to see if it's something that I can actually use for my other channel the better way. So I thought I would just talk a little bit about some things that I've learned this week. And one of the things that I learned a couple weeks ago that has been on my mind is I was in a training class, and the trainer had said something to the effect, we were going over mindset. And one of the quotes that I took away from that was, you play the hand you're dealt, not the hand you wish you were dealt. And that's striking because we've heard it said many times. You know, my dad has often told me the number one rule in life is not fair. And taking from that, I often say that to my kids, because life is not fair. And when bad things happen to you, oftentimes you have the choice whether you want to sit down and take it and give up and say, hey, this isn't fair. You know, why didn't I get that job? Why did my girlfriend break up with me? I mean, there's a lot of things that you can talk about that. But in this case, it hit me as, you play the hand you're dealt, not the hand you wish you were dealt. So when it comes to sales, and that's the training that I was taking, it's very poignant because there's a lot of excuses for non-success, for not having success. One that I hear the most often is, oh, it's the territory. It's the accounts, there are things that aren't working. And to some degree that's valid. But there's another thing that says, you can't manage your territory. You can only manage your daily activities. You can't manage your numbers. You can only manage your daily activities. So by playing the hand you're dealt and not the hand you wish you were dealt, when it comes to sales, I took a lot of leeway from that because, sales is difficult sometimes and not everything goes your way. But if you have that mindset of, this is the way it is, what can I do to change that? And basically what it is saying is to work on what you can do. Like if you're dealt a hand, you've got two options. You can fold or play the hand through and see what happens. I think when a lot of people get in particular situations where they feel like they've gotten a raw deal, the emotions take over and they're like, hey, that shouldn't happen. That's not fair. And the tendency is to kind of give up because the system's rigged against you anyway, right? Why bother? But when you play the hand you're dealt and not the one you wish you were dealt, when you step into a job or something's not fair, having the mindset of life isn't fair, then you take what you have. And, the old saying is, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Same thing applies here. There are reasons why we do what we do, and there are emotions behind everything we do. But since since that has been in my mind, there's a whole lot of lessons in that, and particularly about taking accountability for what you've done to contribute to the success or to the non-success of whatever endeavor you're trying to get a hold of. Example, anybody, if you're in sales, I've come up with the mindset that you can always pick up the phone and give one more call. You can always do research on the internet for one more company that you can call to prospect. So if my daily activities, such as prospecting, cold calling, going through old customer lists, there's a lot of stuff that is deemed troublesome. You don't have to like it, you just have to do it. But if I can say I've done everything I can, and yet this is still the outcome, then regardless of the outcome, I can feel proud of what I've done. Now, if I'm saying that, the territory's bad or things aren't working out my way, but I haven't done anything to improve that situation, well, in that case, then there's no reason to complain. If I'm thinking about it, it's almost like voting. Like if you don't vote, you can't complain. But anyway, this is first rant. I actually kind of like it. I got to clean up the background a little bit better, but this isn't bad. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find a more simplified way to put out videos without all the production that I typically give. And this may prove a good way to do that. So I don't know. Should I keep talking until like somebody shows up? Because nobody's here. Let me play around with these controls. What does that do? What is this? Oh, share link. Interesting. Okay. So it looks like I can do a live chat and actually share the link to other people. Okay. I like that. All going in the old nugget here. So that mutes me. Does that mean you can't hear what I'm saying? Is it not loud enough? I have to figure this out. All right. Well, I am definitely going to look back at this and see what things I can take away, because like I said, I'm looking for an easier way, a better way to make these videos and possibly make them less produced, which would be a wonderful burden off of me. And this may be the way. I may be able to talk like this instead of setting up the lights and the camera. Speaking of lights, let's take a look. Let's get on my webinar lights. Okay. Not too pasty. I do need my other glasses, which are downstairs, to work on the glare so that I can look directly into the camera and you can see my eyeballs. But I like it. I guess the tough part will be having a bow tie, but maybe I can change that as well. Lighting looks good. Background's okay. I will have to clean some stuff up. But overall, me gusta. Me gusta mucho. I have to go back and check the sound. I'm not sure how YouTube works, but I guess no music as well. All right. Well, hey, that's 7 minutes wrap. First time. I'm gonna look this over, see how it works out, see if I like my voice. Actually, I bought a nice microphone a long time ago, and of course, one of my daughters asked if they could use it, so I gave it to them, and I haven't seen it since. I guess I can go ask to see if they have it, but hey, if this is something that works out, maybe I can get a normal schedule going, and we can do this on a weekly basis, perhaps even on the Better Way. I like it. Okay. Well, hey, that's all. Nobody checked in, so I really shouldn't have to say goodbye to anybody. But one other thing's about playing the hand you're dealt and not the hand you wish you were dealt. Yeah, I wish I had a lot of users, but I don't. So I always make these videos with that in mind, that nobody's going to watch them. And that actually helps me actually make them, because if you go for likes or you go for views, then it's easy not to be disappointed when you're not expecting any anyway. But anywho, this is Derek Christopher Campos, bringing you kind of the Better Way. I'm going to try to do this on my other channel, The Better Way. You should check it out. Subscribe to this one. This would be a great place to do Derek's desk. There's so many cool things on my desk. For example, my timer. So this has played a very, very important role in my productivity lately. What I did was, I get so scatterbrained. Everything's thinking, I sit down and I say, okay, I'm going to take care of this email. Another email comes in, so I open up another page. My phone goes off, somebody texts. So I'm doing so many things, but I have a hard time focusing. So I read an article talking about setting a 10-minute timer, that whenever you're focused on a task and you feel your attention drifting away, to set a timer for 10 minutes and tell yourself, I'm going to focus on that for 10 minutes. So I found this neat timer on Amazon. I don't have any affiliate buyer links down below, but typically this timer is set to 20 minutes, and I call it 20 minutes of something, because when I don't feel like working, when I don't feel like doing anything, there's always something to do, obviously. So I get this timer out and I turn it on and I say, Derek, you can do 20 minutes of something. And so eventually I'll sit down, I'll start going through emails, I'll start calling, my prospect list, I'll start writing down notes. I'll take a course, learning something, whatever it is. I do it for 20 minutes. And oftentimes I found that once you start that creative process, or once you start that, you get into doing something that, you end up going past the 20 minutes. As a matter of fact, I've known to reset this 4 or 5 times just to get a large task done. But this is very useful in just getting started. So I call this 20 minutes of something. There's definitely a video to talk about that sometime, maybe even in the better way. But until then, looks like I got to get back to work. So yeah, this is a good experiment. I think I like it. We'll see where it goes. But until then, I'll talk to you later. Ciao.